In this video, we are going to be looking for limestone for flint knapping survival bushcraft. Well, if this stuff naps, I'm not sure that that is chert. It rings. This is it. I don't know what this is. Let me just show you a fresh flake taking off this stuff. Hold on. Alright, so fresh flake taken off. Super ringy. It naps really nice. It's kind of rough. The flakes go pretty far, but it's also kind of platy. Weird. Don't know what it is. It's limestone, genius. Kind of windy. It's all over the place here. There's lots of rock down there. All looks like the same stuff. Let's go check it out. Yeah, it's all the same stuff. Let's check out this piece right here. Yeah, it's the same stuff. It works. So all over the place here. Looks like high quality. Right at this beach. Looks like all high quality basalt. I don't think this is chert. So whatever it is, it works. Alright, well, good to know. There's huge boulders of it. Here, look. Huge boulders of it. Alright, so that's some kind of high quality limestone. It definitely naps, it's definitely sharp, it's pretty sturdy, and it's super ringy. So I'll mark this spot. Nice, man. Alright, so this is bedrock. This is not asphalt. You can see here that it's like a limestone outcrop, and then over there is a big limestone wall. So I can't really get over there. I don't see anything. There's another one there, right there. This one appears to be the clearest though. Look at that. In the limestone, there's another one here. Cool, man. That is awesome. That's right in the bedrock. Unexpected. I'm just on an island here. Cool fossil bed. Let's see. What do we got here? Sandstone. Now I gotta remember how to get back. This way. And grouse. Let's see. Not that way. Oh, here's another one. Look at that. Fossil right there. Cool. They're all over the place. Now that I'm looking at this, this is definitely limestone. But it's sharp and sturdy limestone, so this would work. See the flakes? All right, here is a good example. I'm gonna put it right here so you can see. very fine-grained, workable limestone. I'll try hitting right here. So you can see where I hit there. Alright. We are going to take a piece.
One fine day with a wolf and a purr, a baby was born and it caused a little stir. No blue buzzer, no three-eyed frog, just a feline, canine little cat dog. Cat dog, cat dog. Hello.
Limestone. One of the ways I've been able to tell limestone is these weird ripples in it, as well as it's just super grainy. First thing I'm going to do is spall this down and biface it using a copper billet from my Flint knapping kit. I am grinding the edges to strengthen the stone so that when I strike it with the billet, the flakes peel off really nicely, rather than crushing and crumbling when you're hitting it and just turning into dust. The next step is I'm going to use my Ishii stick made from Delron and a copper nail to drive smaller flakes off the biface. And I'm going to use this by placing the copper nail on platforms and striking with either the moose antler or the billet, which drives the flakes further than just my plain hand can do. each time you strike the point, you're removing material and making the biface smaller and smaller. So this takes some careful planning to what kind of spear point, arrowhead, or knife that you want. In this case, I'm going for a long dart point. Start shaping the point, you're going to want to flip the point back and forth, zigzagging, to make the edge able to be even. If you need to take a lot of mass off one side, the best bet is to zigzag it, grind it, and then thin the thicker side. And the way you thin it is you rest the copper flaker on the platform, you press in hard on the flaker into the point, and then when you hit down, it takes a long flake off. And it will follow your fingers if you hold the point with your fingers. It'll follow the shape of your fingers for the flake to travel a little bit further. At this point, I am going to switch to pressure flaking with a caribou antler flaker and a copper flaker. I'm using goat hide leather to protect my hand while I'm doing this. Pressure flaking is the same as indirect flaking, except you're pushing the pressure in and down with your wrists, shoulder, and legs. In this demonstration, I am holding it up high so you could see what I am doing. Here I will use a smaller copper billet to drive off smaller flakes. As the point gets thinner, you're not going to want to use a heavy billet. It has a high chance of snapping it in half. And now we're at the tricky part. This is where I attempt to put in some pretty good notches. The notches, when you're hafting this tool to wood, you're going to want the notches to line up evenly so that when you slide it into the wooden shaft, you can tie with sinew through these notches. And then when it dries, it grabs and pulls it all together, and then you have a usable spear point. But this part is the most tricky. I use indirect to start my notches, and then I use the copper pressure flaker to finish the notches. Now, because this is limestone, when pressure flaking, it is likely to crush and crumble when you're flaking. It's going to be very hard to get long flakes when pressure flaking. You're better off using indirect. But when you're pressure flaking it, you'll notice that it almost kind of bevels the edge a little bit. And you'll see what I mean towards the end. I do wind up grinding the edge and pressure flaking it, ishy stick indirect flaking it in order to make it thinner. But you'll see what's going on here in a minute, and you'll see that this is getting sharper and sharper and thinner and thinner. doing some final sharpening on this and just finishing the shape. And as you can see, this is a really difficult material. But if you need local stone, limestone is a good choice for making spear points, arrowheads, and knives. It's just as sharp, it's just a little more brittle. But as you can see here, this is a beautiful, wicked, deadly point. I hope you guys like this. Have a good one. See you soon.